Welcome to another edition, long-awaited edition of the Speakeasy. But I want to warn everybody before they begin watching there, or continue watching, that if you're going to be offended, if you're offended by foul language, turn off now. Because I don't think I can contain myself. So if there are little children in there listening and watching, or if you're easily offended by foul language, turn it off. Don't listen to me. I'm warning you now. Also, if you're looking for the very humorous speakeasy, I'm going to disappoint you this time because this is no humor in this one. And my subject of today's speakeasy is President Obama's Mideast policy. Oh, just one more reason why you have to be a complete schmuck to vote for the guy come election day. September 11th. September 11th, a day of infamy in our history. There were two more attacks on America. One in Libya, the other in Egypt. And if anybody out there is stupid enough to believe or naive enough to believe that these attacks took place on September 11th, simply because of some fakakta movie that nobody has seen and fewer people have heard of, has rocks in their cup. The attack in Libya was a well-coordinated attack using sophisticated weapons. And in that attack, 4 Americans were killed. 4. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4 Americans were killed under the cover and the guise of protests outside. In Egypt, on September 11th, a day of mourning in our country, the American embassy was attacked. Egyptians burned the American flag. This was no coincidence that this happened on September 11th. In Libya, they're chanting, "We are Osama! We are Osama! We are Osama!" Now you might say, Izzy, what does this have to do with Barack Obama? Well, I'm going to tell you what it has to do with Barack Obama. I'm going to tell you why Barack Obama is responsible for these attacks and why they fall squarely, the responsibility, on his shoulders. Not mine shoulders. I didn't vote for the Putz the first time, but on his shoulders. During the Arab Spring, Barack Obama decided to back the rebels. Now, we must remember, I know Gaddafi was a very oppressive man. But in his later years, he was so afraid of the United States, he did almost anything we wanted. He was no threat. Anything to keep the peace with us, he did because he was afraid of us. Not that he liked us, not that he respected us, but he was afraid of us. During the Arab Spring, when the Egyptians were overthrowing Mubarak, Obama took the side of the rebels again. Now, Hosni Mubarak may have been a dictator in his country, but he was a friend of the United States. He was an ally. Not because he liked us or loved us. He was an ally because in his cup he knew that it was smart business to be our ally. And because of that, he kept the peace with Israel because we supplied him with money and arms to protect his own country, and we've worked very well together. But Barack Obama said, oh no, the people want democracy, we're going to back the rebels. Let me tell you something, Barack Obama, and all you redneck pencil neck schlemiels out there who might not think this is the truth. The job of the President of the United States is to protect Americans. It's to protect the United States of America. It's not to promote democracy all over the world. Because democracy in some of these countries means that some very, very bad people might get into power. Just like in Libya, where the Muslim Brotherhood took over. Just like in Egypt, where the Muslim Brotherhood took over. And who is the Muslim Brotherhood? They're Islamist terrorists. You want me to say it again? They're Islamist terrorists. And Barack Obama, you fucking supported them. In Libya, where was the protection around the American consulate? You're the commander-in-chief of Barack Obama. Where was the protection around the American consulate to protect these people? Instead of apologizing for things that America may or may not have done, or for things that American citizens have done while exercising their rights as American citizens, instead of apologizing and bowing down to kings and Islamic shitheads, you should be thinking more about the United States of America. And you're not. You're as fucking bad as they are. So you want to know why this falls squarely on the shoulders of Barack Obama? This is why. Because instead of looking out for America's interests, he looks out for the interests of our enemies, terrorists. The Muslim Brotherhood is terrorists. And while all this is going on, what else does the man do? He slaps the face of our only ally in the Mideast. Once again, not the first time. He slaps the face of Benjamin Netanyahu by telling him that he does not have enough time. He can't find the time to meet with the Israeli Prime Minister when he is in the United States. Well, I guess he doesn't have the time. He's out there campaigning. He wants a second time. He's out there campaigning. How could he possibly have the time for real business to sit down with the only world leader in that part of the world, in the Mideast, with the leader of the only country that is our friend and our ally, who has nothing from America but support? It is beyond my reckoning how anyone, if you ever thinking of voting, I understand why you voted for Barack Obama the first time. You wanted to change, he was good, he was a good talker, he made promises. I understand all that. But in the last 4 years, he has been the vice president in this country's history. This is just one example, and this is the only example that today, on this speakeasy, I'm going to go into this foreign policy Middle East issue. I'll cover other things on other speakeasies, and maybe there'll even be a little humor in there, but not this one. This is too important. Doesn't have time to speak to the Prime Minister of Israel. America's kids are killed in Libya, storming the embassy in Egypt. There's problems in Yemen again. And what does he do? And what does he have Hillary Clinton do? He apologizes once again. He doesn't even have enough time. It's not important enough to him for him to hunker down in the White House while this is going on. He's out on a campaign trail. And let me tell you something on the Israeli thing. And this is... I'm directing this to the Jews out there. I can do it because I'm Jewish. Okay? Maybe somebody else couldn't do it. I'm Jewish. I can say what I'm going to say now. First of all,